G'day, chaps and chapettes. This is Beatty, your host for Diary of an Average Gamer. I ended up splitting the first episode into two parts because it was running for almost an hour. Alright, here it is. Bye. Hi, guys. I am super excited to bring you my first look at Age of Wonders Planetfall. This will be the first episode. We'll probably just do the tutorial and see where we go from there. But, yeah, so I'm super keen for this game. I didn't mind the old Age of Wonders games, but this one looks fantastic. And yeah, well, let's get in and have a look. If you find yourself enjoying, please leave a like. But other than that, yeah, just enjoy.
Commander's personal record.
Uh,
Vanguard LCVP-86 emerged from void space intact. Our destination is a small planet located near to the anomaly in the system. Scans are showing nothing but static from the research outpost below. The distress call we received remains the only sign of life. The void anomaly looms over the planet like a dark omen. These scientists must have been mad to study the phenomenon from this close. It is not for me to question their motives. We're here to secure a foothold, search for any survivors, and investigate what happened. Prepare for planetfall.
Alright, here we go. Oh, so keen, guys. So keen.
Welcome, Commander. I am Ava, your autonomous integrated virtual assistant. Standard issue for every planetary governor of the Star Union. My messages will appear when important actions are undertaken for the first time. They can be reviewed at any time in the Imperial Archives.
Okay, so that's our little robot lady who tells us what to do. I feel like we're all gonna have robot ladies that tell us what to do pretty damn soon. Hopefully they have nice voices. Planetfall successful, Commander, powering up base colony systems. Good, there was no time to waste. We'll start setting up and expanding the colony. Start a surface scan for survivors and existing colony infrastructure. Inform me when our research systems are online. Alright. Yes, Commander. Recalibrating sensors and initiating surface scan. A biodome has been located nearby. There are no signs of survivors. Continue scanning the planet's surface. If there are any survivors on this world, I want to know about it. I'll scout the adjacent sectors and investigate the biodome. It should contain supplies that will be helpful us to expand our colony. And we're just gonna. This is a tutorial, but I think it's important to the start of the story. But don't quote me on that. I guess we'll find out soon enough, huh? Okie dokie.
This is an army. Armies contain up to 6 units on a single hex and are used to explore the world, attack enemy armies, and defend colonies.
Hmm.
Army. Select it, and then move the cursor to the hex you want it to go to. A preview of the route is shown, with a blue path to indicate how far the army can move this turn. This is the colony interface. It allows you to inspect and control your settlements on this planet. The tabs at the top left cycle through the production and colonist options. Under this colony's name, you can see the amount of each resource this colony generates. A description and a breakdown of the colony's income can be found in the tooltips of each resource. The currently selected colony tab is Unit Production. All units available for construction are listed here.
Man, I hope you guys can hear what she's saying. Otherwise, I'm just being silent for big periods of time. I suppose if that's the case, I'll end up cutting it out. So I think we can't reach this turn anyway, so we'll just go here. And we'll stay within our...
This is the Structure Production tab. Colony frontier to unlock new units, strengthen the economy, and bolster the colony's defenses.
Alright. Central Replicator Factory. Well, because it's flashy, I suppose we'll do that.
Units and structures can be built in a colony by selecting the Produce option, which places them in the production queue.
Okie dokie. So other than that, do we want... So we'll just wait until that's done, and then I think you can only build one of these central buildings, so orders required. What orders?
The task notifier shows actions available during the current turn, as well as urgent matters that require attention.
Alright. What orders, bro? What orders do you need? God.
All suggested actions from the task notifier above the minimap have been handled. The option will automatically change to end turn. Ending the turn will prevent you from taking any further actions until your next turn, unless you are attacked.
Hear that, guys? Ending the turn will end the turn. How amazing is that? AVL. Commander, our laboratories have come online. Research is now available. We can begin researching technologies to unlock new deployments to help us on this planet. Excellent. What do you suggest we start with, considering our mission parameters? For military research, it is recommended that you start with nanite support to provide troops with extra protection and unlock battlefield support options. For society research, it is recommended to start with frontier facilities to unlock basic infrastructure upgrades for our colony. I have highlighted these skills in the research interface for your convenience. Show research.
Research Center, Commander. Here we allocate knowledge to rediscover the technologies of the Star Union and search for new frontiers. Military research concerns unit unlocks, unit logs, and military operations.
So, yeah, we'll just go do what we're told.
Society research concerns economic development, governmental policies, and espionage.
So, frontier policies? No, frontier facilities. It's the one that which will give us a colonizer. Recreational dome. This is like happiness? Yes, gains happiness. And standard military infrastructure. So you increase your militia, which is your standing forces within the city. So, and then we'll go facilities are currently idle, Commander. We recommend you start building a central Oh, I don't think that's the case. Except. So there are no survivors here. Looks like the structure was overrun by critters. How funny would it actually be if there were critters? Tiny little angry balls of fury! We must reclaim this biodome and annex its sector for our colony. This will expand our domain and increase our supplies. You know, if any devs ever watch this, definitely put critters in this game. We do not have enough colonists to control additional sectors yet, Commander. We will need additional food to allow the colony to grow. Larger colonies can sustain more province sectors. I feel like that should be provincial, but I want to establish a foothold here as quickly as possible. We can recover extra food from this overgrown biodome after we've cleared out the wildlife. Ugh, Americans. Manual combat. Ah,
The battle has started,
goodness, this
Commander.
game is
The
pretty.
defending army always gets to act first, followed by the attackers. During a combat turn, each unit has 3 action points to spend on using their abilities, which can cost between 1 and 3 action points. Regardless of cost, using an ability always ends the unit's turn. Commanders and heroes are some of the strongest units in any army, capable of wielding a variety of powerful weapons and even piloting vehicles. They level up as they gain experience, allowing them to unlock new abilities and buffs. A friendly unit has moved into cover. Cover protects the units by making it harder for enemies to hit them with abilities. Cover is directional and only protects against attacks if it is between the targeted unit and the enemy.
So, a lot of these systems seem to be quite similar to XCOM.
Enter Overwatch. While in Overwatch mode, the unit will have a red eye icon above its head. This unit will fire its primary ranged attack at any enemy unit that moves or uses an ability on a hex within this unit's field of view.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities between the tactical combat in this and XCOM, which, I mean, I think it's fantastic. So we go.
Each unit has active abilities that they can use during combat. Next to attacks, they have a guard ability, which increases the unit's defenses until the start of their next turn. Guard abilities always cost 1 action point. Try moving your units forward to form a gunline, Commander. There are several nearby obstacles that your Vanguard troopers can take cover behind, symbolized by a shield icon when hovering over the hex in cover.
So it's just basically teaching us how to make a gun line, which is a little bit patronizing. I mean, but if you've never made a gun line before, I suppose it's very helpful to you. Oh yeah, if you want to like face them directionally, alter the direction they're facing rather. You just right click on them and then drag them in the way that you want them to face, and that's really important because of this game has flanking and that kind of stuff in it. It's really very similar to XCOM, the tactical combat anyway. Um, and then we'll just guard with this fella, I suppose, and move you up. And you'll farm. And end turn. Alright, so seems like they're not going to move. Suppose this I have seen like some of the streams and stuff that the devs put on, and it seems like the oops. Poop. We do not want to be next to that thing. It seems like the AI in this is pretty damn on point. Which I don't know. It's exciting. It's nice when your AI when the people you're fighting against is actually intelligent. Gets boring otherwise. Oh, good. Okie dokie.
Most abilities that are used on enemy units have an accuracy rating, which is the chance that the ability hits the intended target.
So we'll take some pot shots and see if that triggers them into doing, well, something. If you can tell, I'm very defensive. You can go around the flanks. I'll come in behind and then shoot him in the butt. Or they'll come in behind and shoot me in the butt.
Enemy annihilated.
Feel like we don't want to give these guys a ton. What does this do? High impact stagger, which reduces action points. Does it destroy cover? Alright, let's find out. Huh. Well, this'll destroy cover. Uh-oh. That was not my intent. And that is an explosive barrel. I told you guys. I promised train wrecks. Here are train wrecks. I mean, this is only the first combat, and already seems like I'm going to be blowing my guys up. No?
With melee attack.
Okay. I'll take 50%. I don't know if it's like,
Enemy neutralized.
oh, was that an explosion?
Forces are victorious.
I think that might have been an explosion. Well, that could have gone worse, I suppose. Commander, our colony has grown big enough to support an additional sector. I recommend annexing this sector, which contains the biodome. This will add its food income to our colony. Good. We'll annex this sector to our colony as a province sector so we can start exploiting the land of resources as soon as possible. Sector. Expand the colony.
Objective completed.
Alright, alright.
Planets are divided into geographical sectors that contain natural resources or valuable remnants of the star union. Sectors can be settled with colonizers or annexed as provinces to existing colonies by interacting with the central sector map marker.
Okay.
Sectors usually have both a climb and a terrain feature that determine their economic potential.
So this is good for research and food.
To make your colonies thrive, sectors need to be annexed to colony centers. This turns them into province sectors that add income to their parent colony once they are further developed.
Service scan complete, Commander. I am picking up a Vanguard military signal nearby. This could signify the presence of survivors on the planet. Bring it up on scanners. Let's find out what the hell is going on here. Familiar signals. Locate Vanguard military units. So the Vanguard are probably the least interesting of the different peoples, but you know, they're everything that you always have.
Quantum-powered molecular machines are not magic, they're science. But the uncertainty principle dictates that if I explain to you exactly how it works, it'll stop working that way. So just trust me. It's not magic. It's just probabilistic, quantum state-driven subatomic machines. Stanley Strangelove, Publicist, Small-Tech Enterprises.
Okay. Phase manipulation. What does that do? Defense mode shields. Shields sound like a good idea. If anyone wants me to like go through and look at all the different tech tree stuff, I think I'll do that in a different video. And yeah, you know what? You're fine there. Well, and God. Frontier facilities.
Our colonies require the means to protect themselves and a reason to stay. At the very least, it's time to invest in some good old-fashioned guns and beer. Dollar Smith, Deneb Colony Mayor.
Guns and beer. Yep, that's a combination that can only end in productivity. Aquatic. I don't think this is very much water. What do you do? I'll probably do food or frontier policies. Colonial militia. Combat simulator. Gains 2 experience. That could be useful. Deploy monitoring state native threat locator. Capability ranking. This shows Empire tasks interface. I think we might need that, but I don't know. Not on this one, because these are 4 and these are only 5. We'll get more production. Or more research. Or more food. I think food gives you growth. So we'll get more growth for now. Growth's always good to get on as quickly as possible. In other games, I'm not quite sure about this one. But hey, that's why we're doing this.
And it can now be exploited for one of the main resources. Ideally, the chosen exploitation type matches the terrain and climb features of the sector for future leveling potential.
Commander, that sector has been successfully annexed to our colony. We now control a province sector. It is can now be exploited for additional resources. Let's get this exploration up and running as soon as possible. What does the terrain analysis tell us? How can we best exploit our new province sector? Climb fungal, plants, biodome, agricultural exploitation. Well, that's what we picked. The agricultural exploitation will synergize with both the climate and terrain. allowing the sector to reach its full potential through research and construction. The biodome will also synergize with agricultural exploitation, providing, an additional bonus in food income.
The Sector Production tab lists the structures that can be built in any of the province sectors of the colony.
Produce. We also want a recreational dome to make the people happy. Or military. We want military? What does that do? Turret defenses. I don't think we're going to get attacked in, I don't know how much use that'll be. What is a pug? Assault bike. Well, we've already got one of those, so let's go with the Vanguard pug. Because a small, ineffectual lapdog is definitely something we need. Again, we'll just move to the edge of our colony.
This is an army belonging to an NPC faction, a group of sentient beings native to this planet. NPC factions can be interacted with and will provide quests and issue demands.
Okay. Orders required. Well, we can't reach there this turn, so you can just sit there and turn.
Objective complete.
Phase manipulation.
There is no obstacle I cannot pass through with my harmonic phase modulator. Matter doesn't matter. Who would suppose that substance is merely two waveforms in alignment? Tech Oilar, Void Tech Line Patrol.
Okay, sci-fi nonsense. It's there is, like the phasing tech that they always talk about. I suggest you check out Because Science. It does. It's a YouTube channel. I forget the guy who runs it, but he does a really good explanation on stuff like phase manipulation and stuff like that. It's very entertaining to watch. And the math, it's very good math. What's this? Echo Walker, Void Blades. Okay. Void Blades. High Impact Stagger. Biological Light Unit. Quantum Pulse. Or the Engineer Core. I'm going to go with the what appears to be a Protoss Zealot, but renamed as an Echo Walker. So let's research that. And society is, we're still going food. Care. Why is that jumped up to 7? Because those were all 5 earlier. And that was 4. And now a message from our cyborg overlords.
Please like and subscribe.